Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT.
It's Pops.
And you're watching True School Sports. Bah!
Week 7.
Only 7. What up, Glenn?
What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Doing
Hey,
well.
what's up, Glenn?
Chilling, man.
I don't see him just dominating at 140. There's a lot of questions. I mean, I'm not gonna just say, look, no, hold on. Any fighter that just moves into a division, there's a lot of things that change. I mean, when I look at 135, I don't see any of the cats at 135 with the same type of skill sets or size that a lot of guys at 140 have. I don't see an Ivan Barancic who's able to bulldoze, swing really wide, accumulate with a short uppercut on the inside, be able to shift off of a guard and be able to pull that down using his elbows. I don't see fighters like that in that division. Not one. Not one at lightweight. I don't even see anybody at 130 who does that. With Regis Prograis, I don't see a guy who's able to double up and vary the jab, change his rhythm off beat to on beat, be able to throw hooks, be able to move off the pocket, be a concussive puncher whilst also being a very good body puncher, and still being able to do that stuff on the back foot or going forward. I don't see fighters like that in the lightweight division, and there's no one Teofimo's fought against for me to be able to make that correlation. That's all it is. Other than that, it's just a pure opinion. Like there's no.
You're right. But that was my whole point, because what you were saying was also an opinion. And so my thing is that I respect the education on the boxing scene, but at the end of the day, I do feel like Teofimo, when you look at what's going on in the 140 division, I do see him dominating. If he's fighting Lomachenko and people are questioning that, I feel Lomachenko is just too small for the 140 division. Otherwise, he'd be dominating up there. And if you get Teofimo, that's a young man that's about to move up, I think he's more promising than anybody else that you're talking about.
No, I disagree. I'm gonna say this. Josh Taylor is the level. He's at that level of boxing where I don't think anyone dominates him. All right, you look at the guys he's beat: Ivan Barancic, Regis Prograis, Victor Postol. He beat them all. Oh, that's great experience he's got.
Right. Nothing convincingly, though.
Huh?
Nothing really convincingly, though. Everything was close when it comes to him.
Nah, he beat Barancic convincingly. And he beat
But
Postol.
you mentioned a lot of other names, and that's what
He beat Barancic and Postol convincingly. The only tough fight he actually had was Prograis. But what I will say is, right, let's say Josh Taylor, not elite. What is he, in your opinion, like, not that elite, whatever, right? Well, I tell you what he is, though. He's extremely tall, long, knows how to box on the back foot. He's got a proven chin. He's a southpaw. So he is taller than Teofimo's worst fight to date was Nakatani. Taylor's taller than him, hits harder than him, is tougher than him, is a southpaw, and way more proven. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, well, I would disagree on not a good idea. I see what you're saying, and I'm not a Josh Taylor hater, right? Don't get it twisted. Like, I understand that Josh Taylor is a good fighter, but I don't see him, as a dominant force. With top level opposition, because Prograis himself, that was his best level of competition right there, and it was a close fight. So I don't see Josh Taylor the same way we're questioning Ramirez right now. I feel like Josh Taylor was also a question, and so just because of Ramirez and me particularly, I feel like he had controlled aggression. You know what I mean? The effective aggression in that fight. Although I liked what Postol was doing as far as backing up, sticking the jab while he was trying to move away. He was trying to create that ring generalship. I get it. You know what I mean? But for me, Ramirez had the effective aggression, and I feel like when you're dealing with somebody like a boxer puncher with the skill and technique like a Teofimo Lopez, I feel like you got something else coming.
My thing is, I just don't see Teofimo being able to hurt Josh Taylor. Like Josh Taylor, he's gone up against proven punchers, Prograis and Barancic, guys who are bigger physically than Teo and are proven punchers. And I mean, he was able to take all their punches, man. He's had some good rest, so I don't think those injuries he sustained will come back. But man, I look at Josh Taylor like a real special fighter now, especially after that post-op performance. Like, even the guy's background, like he started boxing at about 14, but you look before that, he was a black belt in Taekwondo, which is another combat sport. Like he's a very athletic and gifted martial artist.
That's great, but we're talking about boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like McGregor didn't beat Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Like
He's
we're not talking
fantastic.
about that. You know what I mean?
He's a
You know, like
McGregor also isn't a
we're trying
Commonwealth
to stay with the
Games gold
combat sports, but
medalist and a unified world champion in boxing.
look at Joey Spencer when he beat that dude that he fought. Nobody gave the guy credit that he had an MMA background. You know what I mean?
No, but
And that's
I'm just
big effect,
saying.
you know?
I'm just saying with Josh Taylor, like the guy, he's gifted, man. He's gifted.
I like him. I like him. I don't think that he rocks with Teofimo if Teofimo moves up to 140. I just don't see it. So we could agree to disagree, but I just don't see it.
Man, look, I'm gonna say this: when Teofimo fights guys his own size, he won't be knocking them out like he is now.
Never say never.
Exactly.
I'll be very surprised. I'll be honest. If the Postol last night fought the Teofimo who fought Nakatani, he would have beat him.
All right. Well, I'll be here on BT Sports if you want to bet later on if that fight ever comes to fruition. You know what I'm saying? We could
I'll make
definitely.
the bet. I'll make the bet if it ever comes to fruition. I'm in. Taylor versus Teo. I'm definitely in on that.
There you go. My man Colin Boston. He knows the deal. He knows the deal. Josh Taylor will whoop everyone. He gonna whoop everybody as long as he's at 140 until maybe like Teofimo Lopez moves up there. He's whooping everybody. That would probably be a fight that would give Josh Taylor some serious problems. I think Teofimo Lopez, whenever Teofimo Lopez moves up to 140, that's actually when I think we're going to see the best version of Teofimo Lopez. You know what? I want to talk about that because everybody always says Teofimo Lopez is this bully. They always say Teofimo Lopez is this, guy that just bullies these guys at 135, and they're entitled to feel the way that they want to feel. But Teofimo Lopez hasn't even been able to display his whole skill set. Y'all don't even know that Teofimo Lopez can box his ass off. I mean, this is a guy with Teofimo Lopez. Just in case you don't know, let's do a little history lesson. Teofimo Lopez actually he won the Olympic. I believe he won the Olympic trials. He was supposed to represent Team USA, but the USA Boxing Committee. It was the first time in the history of of USA Boxing for the USA Olympic team that they already had predetermined who they were going to pick, who they had to represent Team USA before the trials were even fought. So Lopez, I believe he won the trials, but they had already picked Carlos Balderas. So he kind of got screwed out of representing Team USA. But one thing I do know is if you're good enough to represent Team USA in the Olympics, then you got to be at least a decent boxer. You got to, because this country is just full of so much talent from all around the country, whether it's here in South Florida to LA to Texas to Detroit, New York. There's a lot of talent in the USA, but so he didn't get a chance to represent Team USA. But I think when he moves to 140, he's not going to be at bigger than everybody. So he's not going to be bullying people as much, and we're actually going to see the best Teofimo Lopez when he moves up in weight. We're going to see the best Teofimo Lopez when he has to actually show the boxing skills, when he has to actually show the craft, show the movement. He might show a bit of that in the Lomachenko fight, but Lomachenko is still a smaller guy. So I think if he beats Lomachenko, his most likely route to victory is going to be a knockout or a stoppage of some sort. But mark my words. Remember I said this. I want all 24 of you that are here listening to what I'm saying right now. When Teofimo Lopez moves up to 140, that's where we're going to see the best version of him. It's not going to be now at 135. But I would love, if at all possible, I would love if Teofimo Lopez, should he beat Lomachenko, if he moves up to 140, I would love to see him take on Josh Taylor. That would be an amazing fight. Ragu says that Teofimo hasn't shown him enough yet in terms of his ability to take a punch. Until dudes take shots flush and walk through them, I'm always suspect. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. But the thing is, he doesn't really get hit too often. Teofimo, even though you're saying that his chin, you don't know what his chin is like. How many times does he really get hit? He don't get hit too often. And I always say, the best chins in boxing are the ones that don't get tested. meaning that, if you don't get hit, who gives a damn about your chin? He's not really getting hit like that because he keeps people honest, because he's got, obviously, at 135, the guy punches like a mule. So he's going to keep guys at bay. He's going to keep guys honest. He's got really sharp, really short, really precise counter-punching abilities. And because of that, he's never really in position to get hit that much, especially by nothing big. Most guys at 140, or no, 135, I should say, that have fought him so far, whether it be Comey or Magdaleno or anybody like that, these guys don't even want to attempt to load up on a punch, because if you're gonna load up on a punch against Lopez, you're gonna have to kind of like get some leverage on it, turn your hips. And when you're turning your hips and you're trying to load up on anything, Teofimo Lopez is gonna shoot a right hand down the pipe, a left hook around the guard, and you're gonna get hurt. So,
comment. Glenn says he sees Teo jumping to 140 and dominating. Look, I know people aren't so high on Ramirez's performance last night, but I think if Teo jumps to 140, he ain't dominating, bro. He is not dominating, especially not against Josh Taylor.
I think we're going to see the best Teofimo Lopez at 140.
Well, that'll be interesting. I'd like to see him in there. I'm just thinking to myself, there's a lot of dogs in that division. I mean, I don't see Teofimo just going in there and starching the likes of an Ivan Baranchik. And then when you got a guy who's bigger, more physical, fitter than him, that's going to be a problem. Who's able to, like, let's be real, BT. You've seen Baranchik. He looks like a science experiment. The man's a fucking beast. And then if you leave him alone, think of the inside pocket game and just the tactical understanding of fighting inside the pocket and boxing, doubling up the jab from Regis Prograis and the power. Like, I'm not sure. I don't think Teofimo hits harder than Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis hits like a truck. Look, it's not going to be easy, man. I mean, look what happened to what was his name? Who was it that fought against Baranchik? Was it Yigit? Do y'all remember Yigit's head?
And you dig it, Yigit.
Do you remember his face? Do you remember his face?
Very well,
yeah. Teofimo hits hard. Does he do that? Does he do that to people? Does he give them hematomas? That division's scary.
I think a lot of Teofimo's power is the fact he's a lot more muscular than his opponents. Like, he's a lot bigger.
Like, he goes into that division, he's no longer a big, stocky guy. He's average.
Yeah, but I think when he was at 140, he's gonna be able to show off all the other skills he hasn't had to show off at 135. He can really box.
I know he can box well, but like, I'm just saying, guys like Prograis, etc., can really box, man. People don't give them the credit. I'm not even bringing up Taylor. I'm bringing up the guys below. I'm bringing not below, but I'm bringing up like the what I call A minuses, because there's a lot of A minus fighters in that division, like Prograis, you've got Cepeda, you've got Baranchik, there's a lot. You've got top prospects coming through like Ergashev and Giasov. That division is loaded. I mean, even down to Pedraza and Sasado and everything. That division's not easy.
What about Arnold Barbosa?
Hold on, I got a good question, man. From last night. Do you think Lopez could beat Victor Postol?
Oh,
it's an awkward style. I mean,
like,
he struggled. Look, he struggled with Nakatani, and Nakatani doesn't have the volume or like the feet that Postol has. I mean, I look at Postol as like 25 times the level of Edis Tatley. And Edis Tatley, for the first couple of rounds, like, he has that length and stuff, doesn't have the power, but he was causing Teofimo a bit of issue, making it difficult for him to get in. I think Postol would be very hard. I'm not trying to be funny, but look, we'll see how good Teofimo is when he steps in there with Loma. We'll know more. We'll know more.
We'll know a whole lot more. I can't wait for that fight.
Yeah, man. I hope. I've seen Lomas in America now, so he's training for that fight. It's gonna be a good fight.
Where's he's training in Cali?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Probably training in Oxnard or Cali, somewhere in Cali.
I mean, it's a good move because you don't want to do what some fighters do and just like get over there the week before. Sometimes it takes a little while to adjust. You want to be there like a month before.
Yeah, so your body has time to get used to the time and all that stuff.
We're 7 weeks out, guys. We're 7 weeks.
My name is Rachel McDonough, and this is my friend. Hi, I'm Savannah. And we're here at the beautiful Madison Square Garden for the big fight, and you're watching True School Sports.